You give it all you've got. Say when you love like you love us. You pay the dearest price. When you love like you love us.
With some of the ministers, some of you all know that you're called to preach. Your conscience has made you aware of it, and you've pacified yourself by thinking that, well, I'm all right. I'm working, and you are. I give you that, but you're not working as much as you could, and you haven't really fully embraced it, because otherwise your mouth would say it. Confession. That's that word we're talking about. My mouth would confess it because I believe it. As the book says, and I think it's 1 or 2 Corinthians 4. Let's turn to it later since you brought it up. This is the principle. I believed, and therefore have I confessed. Let's try 1 Corinthians 4. I don't know whether it's 1 Corinthians 4 or 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, thank you. 2 Corinthians 4. This is a spiritual principle. Everything we do, though, as we live, is by faith. Because a person who is deaf and mute can't talk, can't speak. They can't confess anything. Why? They can't talk. So as we know, as he said, whosoever believeth that Jesus is the Christ is born. So mouth had nothing to do with getting born again. But if I can talk, I do confess him as Lord because I can talk and because I am saved. Therein is the difference. I don't confess to get saved. I used to believe you got to confess to get saved. I confess it because I'm not ashamed, as the scripture says. But in 2 Corinthians 4, what verse am I going to now? 13. He says, we having the same spirit of faith, the same disposition or frame of mind about faith, the same attitude about faith, frame of mind, many definitions there you can choose. Pick the one that best impresses your conscience. But the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed, and therefore, or for this reason have I spoken, if I can speak. My speaking was because I believed. If you hadn't believed, speaking ain't help you none. Ain't about speaking, if you can speak. It's about believing. About believing. We also believe, therefore speak. Now, for the sake of time, I'm going to go on something else, and you can do that from there. I mean, when we get ready to minister on this, you see. He's going to minister on confession. But this is a good place as a springboard to help us somewhere in that regard, because he's talking about confessing. He's saying, I'm confessing because I believe, though. See, some folk, and you hear a lot about it, confessing this, declaring that, decreeing that stuff is not biblical. It's twisted. And some folk decreeing stuff that God didn't decree. So how you going to do that? It don't work that way. But God wants us to unlearn that stuff and know what the truth is. And so we're taking our time to saturate our minds with the truth about this so we can see the difference. But this makes it plain. I believe, and for this reason have I spoken. Have I spoken? Uttered words. And uttering those words, sometimes those words are confession. If I'm saying what I believe. So anyhow, whatever a person is saying, they're saying that, speaking from the heart because of what they believe. We also believe and therefore speak. All right, now let's move on further now. And so, anyhow, I say again, there is no in-between. We either obeying God or disobeying God. Mm-hmm. We have accepted our ministry and we've done everything God said do and announcing it at the senior pastor role that I'm accepting my call to preach because I want to obey God. To do less than that is disobedience. I may be saying, well, it's because Jeremiah said, I'm a child. God said, don't say you're a child. You're going to say what I say, and you're going to go where I sent you. Let's go Jeremiah 1. See, there are no excuses with it. And Jeremiah, he was about 17 years old. Jeremiah was about 17 years old. Jeremiah was about 17 years old. Jeremiah, he was about 17 years old. I'm trying to get a point across. Well, Pastor, I know that. You know, I got, yeah, I know you do. But I just want to be sure. I don't want to be no misunderstanding about what I'm trying to do. See, because like that guy said in that movie, what we have here,
Failure.
failure to communicate. I don't want that. So I'm just going to be sure. He's about 17 years old. All right.
How old was he?
Beg pardon?
I'm sorry, how old was he?
He was about 17. and Samuel was young in that. He was just a young boy. He might have been 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, let's get that recent. We checked it out the other day. By the way, I got a recent study Bible coming in tomorrow. I ordered that bad boy because I wanted to upgrade. They didn't have it in technical form though. They just had it in book form and the ebook. I got it. You got it? Help a brother then after church. Help a brother. Thank you. But anyhow, let's move on because my time is getting away from me. Let's look at this. This pertains to us too. Verse 4, Jeremiah 1. You with me? Then the word of the Lord came to me saying, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth, this is for all of us too, this preaching, by the way. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet. In his case, a prophet unto the nations. Then said I, oh Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I'm a child. I'm too young. Child being a boy, not a babe, but a boy, or a damsel if it's a young lady, but a young man. I'm just a young man. I can't speak. But the Lord said unto me, say not, I'm a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. And as you go, don't be afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith the Lord. He's with us today too. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, I have this day set thee over the nations, over the kingdoms, to root out, to pull down, to destroy, to throw down, to build, and to plant. So he doesn't accept excuses. And to me, you know, some of the ones I heard, they sounded reasonable to the point where I say, well, ain't no pressure to say I'm a prophet or prophetess. God say, I beg to differ. You forgot, Walter. Either you're obeying me or you are not obeying me. And I saw it because I hadn't seen it before then. See, this is why he'll use me to encourage others to obey the Lord. Why? Because it's not good to know and not do. He knows where you are. He made you. What you learned, he taught you. So he knows how much more he's got to teach you. He just wants you to say, as Samuel was told when Eli realized that God was calling a young man, he said, when you go back and lay down, when he comes again, say, let's go to it. He told him what to say. And because this younger man, he wasn't a teenager. He had to be, check it out for me, please. Samuel, I don't know how old he was in 1 Samuel 3, I think it is, when this happened, I believe. But it has to do with the understanding of reverence. Samuel was taught by his mother and father at a young age, and they got him trained on this part. They got him trained. He knew how to obey. We're not going through all of it. I just want to get to the part where Eli realized the Lord called the boy. 3, and let's see, I'm already there at 3. Let's see, 9. Yeah, let's back up to verse 8 though. See, God called him a few times. He heard somebody.
That's right.
Called somebody. He heard a voice. He thought the voice was Eli. And so, in obedience to the voice of authority, he gets up and goes to Eli and says, here I am. You called me, I'm here. I'm an obedient child. And Eli, I didn't call you, go lay down. And finally, Eli realized something. Verse 8, the Lord called Samuel again the third time. called him 2 times before, and Eli sent him off. And he arose and went to Eli and said, notice how many times the little boy thought Eli called him. He still went every time he thought he heard him. As opposed to saying, I done met you twice, now I ain't going again. You don't send me back to bed. I'm going to stay in the bed this time. Just keep on calling. I ain't getting up. He didn't have that attitude. He called him. He went again. 3rd time. Here am I. For thou didst call me. Eli perceived the Lord had called the child. Therefore, for this reason, Eli said unto Samuel, go lie down. And it should be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say. And this is what we want to be saying. All of us. Especially y'all that's grown. The 18, you're grown. Thank you, Jesus. Some of y'all say, glad of that, because I'm grown now. Anyhow. Speak, Lord. This is what you're supposed to say. Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. See, a servant does what the servant is told to do when the servant hears what the servant is supposed to do. So Samuel went, lay down in this place. The Lord came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, speak, for thy servant heareth. And the Lord said to Samuel, behold, I will do a thing. He goes on down to tell him what he's going to hear. And then Samuel tells Eli the next morning what he heard. Well, I might as well go and get to that too, since I'm there. Going down. He didn't just start off obedient, he stayed obedient. He wasn't 17, y'all. You're about 17. And he got the slack jerked out. He went on after God told him what not to say.
Between 10 and 12.
10 and 12, thank you. Oh, 10 and 12, his age. Thank you. His age was between 10 and 12 years old. And being a Jew, 12, bar mitzvah case seemed to come to mind. At 12, they were considered grown, or something like that, or whatever the case may be. I forget the 13. Oh, remember the girls is 12 then. I think the girls, whatever that land is before, they got a different name for theirs, but I think theirs is age 12 though. But it was age 12 when Jesus said, how is it you don't know that I should be about my father's business? So he was 12. Okay, moving right on, let's see. Okay, verse 16. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son, and he answered, here I. And he answered, what is the thing that the Lord hath said? Everybody say said. Said. See, God talking, and we hear his voice. The question is, are we doing what he wants us to do, but what he said to us? And if I'm hearing his voice and seeing his dreams and visions, he's saying I'm a prophet, and I should acknowledge that if I'm going to be obedient. Now, I know there's more pressure, but that's the goal. More pressure to obey him. I pray thee, hide it not from me. God do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee. Now, some people heard something from God, they won't tell them about it. But if you heard this, that changed your mind. And when he heard God doing more to him, because he heard what God said he was going to do to Eli. Eli was going to die. His sons were going to die. Right. Because they wouldn't obey God. That degree of disobedience called for judgment. And they all of them died in one day's time. Eli and his sons. And Samuel didn't want to die. So Samuel, the word said, Samuel told him everywhere. He had nothing from him. God, I don't want to die. And he said, it is the Lord. This is what Eli did. Let him do what seemeth him good. And that's when he realized, can't run, can't hide. Too late to repent. The decree's been made. And really, I don't think he had to do it to repent, really. You know. But that's where he was. But Samuel was between 10 and 12. But because of the understanding of being an obedient child and being an obedient servant, speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. And then it goes on down, and Samuel grew, the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. And all Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of the Lord. And the Lord appeared again in Shiloh, for the Lord revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh about the word of the Lord. So they knew he was a prophet because of what he said. He told the people what God told him to tell them. He didn't add to it. He didn't take away from it. That's what a prophet does. I saw this. Tell them what you saw. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. But let me give you something I found out though as a last point. I want you to write this down and meditate before we come back next week. Remember I said that the man had great faith from jump.
Right.
Well, the lesson we've been having, folk had little faith. Little faith. I found 5 sets of verses where the word little faith shows up. And the 5th set is a repetition of what's found in Matthew.